Thank you for joining us again today with Tutor Doctor. It's Monday, July 8th, and now that we've gotten past the July 4th holiday weekend, a lot of schools had completed their school and started their breaks in late May, early June. So they're looking at this now as sort of the back half of summer. Other schools have completed more recently. But we're here today to sort of discuss some tips and techniques and offerings that can help you have a bit of a running start at the new school year that for most students will begin at some point in August. So we wanted to bring Byron. I should introduce myself. I'm Chris Leon with Tutor Doctor San Diego County, and my colleague Byron from Albuquerque is joined us today.
How do you do, Chris? Good to be here with you.
Yes, yes, thank you. And Byron today, he's had a lot of information with the newest version of Tutor Doctor's X Skills program, which is our approach toward executive functioning skills. And it's been opened up for new and even younger students. There's some very positive increases to the program. And I wanted to bring Byron on today, ask a few questions. So if you can join us for the next handful of minutes, I'm sure you'll find some interesting information. So first of all, Byron, what ages does the program now support? And really, what are the main goals for our X Skills program?
So our program expanded from, previously our minimum age might have been a 13-year-old student. And so now we're making that available to a 10-year-old or a fifth grader. So because of the need that we identified and just the opportunity to be able to serve more of our clients and meet those needs, we have expanded it that way. So it's a scaled down version that can inculcate those important life skills, organizational life skills at an earlier age so that we can better prepare them for, their middle school, high school, right?
So when you say scaled down, so what grade or age level is there a separation between those two different program types?
Yeah, so there is a differentiation, somewhere around the 13-year-old age, okay? And so, as I said previously, we were serving, 13 years and up, but 13 really was at the very low end. So now we're down to 10 years. So I would say 10 to 13 and then 13 and up.
Okay, great. So even in terms of grade level, for most US Canadian-based schools, sixth grade and possibly even fifth grade for
Correct.
some students. Oh, very
Correct.
good. Okay.
Mhm.
So again, with X skills being Tutor Doctor's take on executive functioning skills, what would be the main outcomes? What would a parent be seeing, be hearing, be experiencing that might make them interested in seeing how X skills could help them?
There's any number of ways that could show up. It might be that that your student is pretty bright, but their grades aren't reflecting it. It could be, and it's related here again, that they're forgetting their assignments. They're forgetting to do their homework. They're forgetting to turn in their homework when they are in fact doing their homework. Um, they're missing, appointments, things like that. They're not. If it's gone on for quite a long time, you might have a student who has lost all interest and is completely demotivated, and so they don't care anymore. The beautiful thing about our X Skills program is it's tied into a goal that the student has set for themselves. So right off the bat, we can reinvigorate that student with their own enthusiasm through something that's important through them and that goal. And then we cater to that goal by introducing specific strategies that are meaningful to that student in helping them reach their goal.
Mm. Wow, sounds like a lot of very positive change. Um, does it require a lot of time commitment during a week? Generally, what would the program look like in terms of number of sessions per week, number of weeks? And as many parents have asked about, can it be done simultaneously with the demands of sports and other activities and all their academics?
Well, if someone is asking the question because they're out of time, it's probably a very good indicator that the parent would be a beneficiary of this program as well. Okay. So,
And of
time.
course, we say that with the utmost respect.
Exactly, right? And the truth is, I mean, if we're honest as parents, look, our parents have our strengths and weaknesses. I mean, as parents, our kids have our own strengths and weaknesses, right? Whether we want to admit it or not, it's just true. Um, where was I going? I got off on this. Chris, get me back on track what I was saying.
Can it all be done? Can they fit it
Oh,
all, or is it 10 pounds that they're trying to put into a 5-pound sack?
right. So if time is a real factor in this, the answer is X Skills is probably for you. But what it's not going to do is rob you of your time. It's going to give you back your time, okay, by making the time that you have more efficient, more productive. And so what it looks like specifically, a 12-week program, that's our baseline program, 12 weeks. They're meeting twice a week with their mentor or coach. And that first meeting is a half hour where that student is going to be completely empowered with a weekly objective that will ultimately get them toward that goal. So they're going to be aware of the objective. They're going to know what to do. They're going to know how to do what needs to be done. They're going to be completely empowered walking away from that session. All that remains to be done is that student implement a very foundational strategy to help them get from A to B, right? Ultimately, we want them at Z. So then there's that follow-up session later in the week. It's a 15-minute follow-up. And it's really an accountability session. Hey, Johnny, how you doing on this week's objective? We talked about it a few days ago. You were going to do X, Y, and Z, right? How's that going? Well, I nailed it. That's what we want to hear. But if they're not, we don't expect that's going to happen every time because they're going to be challenged. We're going to hear, hey, I struggled with this, or maybe I still did forget, that's okay. We're here to help you get back on track. And the way this program is going to work, what's going to make it successful is you staying in the game, being consistent, being repetitious about those steps and strategies that need to be done. Because the more you do them, the more consistency there is, you're going to begin to own those strategies. And that's what we want. We want you to own them. That's what it means to inculcate them, right? They become second nature. So that once they're second nature, suddenly you're using your calendar, you're prioritizing your schedule, you're eliminating things that aren't that necessary. You're making these decisions for yourself. And the time that you didn't have is you have it back and you're using it more wisely, being more effective and productive. And you're frankly more motivated because you're being rewarded with your efforts.
You raised a very important distinction that I think we can reinforce, which is this is much more academic coaching and not subject tutoring. Those are two distinct things that can still occur during the week. And you also mentioned each week, the student would have a 30-minute session and a 15-minute session.
Yep.
So it's very dense, it sounds like, in terms of the actual coaching itself. And it's really following up and that accountability piece, but really more the coaching piece of it that the student will bear out during the week in between their appointments. So it is distinct and separate from any subject tutoring that they might have going on as well. Is that correct?
I think that distinction that you're drawing is very, very important to make. I look at as executive function skills as kind of if you were to use our body as an analogy, it's the bone structure, it's our skeletal system that provides that shape, right, and form, that strength. Whereas, our subject matter might be the actual skin and flesh, that is attached to it, so it's going to have a positive impact on a student's academics, but no, it's very distinct. We're not talking about topical subject matter academics. We're talking about just life skills and strategies that are boiled down to things like organization and prioritizing and organizing and things like that.
No, that sounds wonderful. And so Byron, certainly it's a very large topic. and we could have a 5-hour video on this alone. And so to prevent it from going into 5 hours, I want to thank you for bringing on all that great information. And I want to encourage the folks that are watching this video today to reach out to you in Albuquerque if they live in the Albuquerque area. Certainly in San Diego County, they can reach out to my office, and the contact information will be below in the sections below. But also anywhere you are in the U.S. or Canada, please contact your local tutor doctor office for more information about our X Skills program. It's a very exciting time for that. And with the run up to the new school year, now is the time to start making the best use of the second half of summer before the new school year hits. And then it's the question becomes, why did we not do this in the summer? So give us a call. You can go to tutordoctor.com and enter in your zip or postal code to find your nearest office, or Byron has our toll-free number where you can call and receive information.
That number is 800-488-8677, 800-488-8677.
Yes, and again, tutordoctor.com, our website, where you'll see many articles, not only on X Skills, but all of our other articles on SAT preparation and elementary school reading and everything in between. So we want to thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned to this channel for more frequent updates as we approach the new school year. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.